Hi, I'm Robin Bullock, and we're hanging out here at Dream Guitars in Weaverville, North Carolina. And I thought I'd show you some more things you can do with what I call the harp style of playing melody on the guitar. I'm going to show you an Irish harp tune because it seems like the logical thing to do with the harp style of playing. The ancient Irish harp had brass strings, not gut or nylon strings, and so in some ways it sounded more like a steel string guitar than like a harp as we know it. And this technique that I'm going to show you can get us very, very close to the sound of the ancient Irish brass-strung harp. This approach, harp-style playing, works best in altered tunings, open tunings, better than it does in standard tuning. So for this tune, I've got my guitar tuned in open G. D, G, D, G, B, D, from low to high, giving us an open G major chord. Now the idea behind the harp style is that when I play a melody, rather than go up along one string to get my melody until it's time to shift over to the next string and go up along that string, what I'm going to do, using a scale as an example, is try to play each note on a different string than the note before so that the note before can continue ringing. So for example, right at the beginning here, we have the scale starts on an open third string, and I'm playing the next note on the second fret of the third string, which cuts off the note before. So to play harp style, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to let that open third string continue ringing and get the next note out on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Then the next note on the open 2nd string, and then in the same idea, 5th fret of the 3rd string, open 1st string, 5th fret of the 2nd string, 4th fret of the 1st string, and then we run out of strings, so I'm going to have to play that last note on the same string. But up until then, I'm able to play a scale without ever playing two notes in a row on the same string. And since so many traditional Irish and Scottish melodies and folk melodies in general are based on scales, we can find a lot of melodies just in a scale shape like that. I'm going to show you a harp tune that's attributed to the great blind bard of the 17th century, Turlough O'Carolan, and it's called Planxty George Brabazon. A Planxty was a tune composed in honor of a patron. George Brabazon, apparently, was a patron of Turlough O'Carolan's. And it's a relatively simple tune, and it just lends itself beautifully to the harp style in open G tuning. Fairly simple melody, a lot of internal repetition. So once you get one or two phrases, you've kind of got the whole tune, really. The opening phrase, just to give you an idea, Harp-Style, right from the beginning. 5th fret, 5th fret of the 2nd string, and then open 1st string. Often the style involves playing higher notes on lower strings and lower notes on higher strings, which is a bit counterintuitive. But once you get used to it, it opens up the guitar magically. So, 5th fret of the 1st, 5th fret of the 2nd, open 1st, open 3rd, then this little scale bit here, 5th fret of the 3rd string, open 2nd string, 7th fret of the 4th string, and open 3rd string. And then that part just repeats. And I'm going to hang on to that note there with my middle finger and go into sort of an A minor chord shape with my 2nd finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and I'm going to have my 1st finger ready for the 5th fret of the 3rd string. And at this point, I'm going to shift everything down to between the 7th and 9th frets and go open 2nd string, 7th fret of the 4th string with my 1st finger, open 3rd string, and then the 9th fret of the 5th string, then the open 4th string, and reverse. Go back up. And that's the whole first part of the tune. But that's just the melody, I hear you say. What about accompaniment? What about a bass line? What about chords? Well, the beauty of this style is you don't really need much. And in fact, the ancient Irish harpers didn't do much except play the melody and the simplest possible bass line because the instrument rang so much, just as the guitar does, the steel string guitar, when you play it harp-style. So all I'm going to do is add the occasional root note in the bass, and that'll complete the musical picture. The open 5th string there. Then with my 3rd finger, I'm going to reach down to the 7th fret of the 6th string. Back to the open 5th string. There we are. Okay, this is going to be the 5th fret of the 5th string. Back to the open 5th string. 6th string, back to the open 5th string. That's all you need. You don't need chords, because the ringing of the harp style fills the picture.